Welcome back to Warzone Workshop. Welcome back to Warzone Workshop. Today I was gonna do a video on my Knights Armament PDWs by WeTech, but unfortunately, after last year in October, there was a break-in at my studio, and of what was stolen, 2 of these. So I only have 1 left, unfortunately. So this is the only Knights Armament PDW that I own now. I had 2 of the Knights Armament, and then 1 of just the WeTech PDW without the Knights Armament stuff on it. It had a traditional quad rail instead of the key mod, which the Knights Armament ones have. Unfortunately, this is the only one I have left. They took the O2, whoever. Okay, so instead I'm just going to talk about this one, and I'm just going to showcase it on my wonderful plate carrier, the M3 Pro from Balistyka out of Ukraine. I got it with the battle belt, or warrior belt as they call it. I got my dump pouch in a spot that is natural for my hand to just go to. You gotta think about these things when you stage your plate carrier and your battle belt and your dump pouch. It just needs to be natural. You need to just have it in a spot where your hand just goes to. The muscle memory. Just not even have to look at it. And then know that they're all right there. So you can pull them back out. Make sure they're all facing the right way. I love this plate carrier. It's fantastic. And the Knights Armament PDW is also fantastic. This one has an RA Tech bolt, which is kind of a necessary thing if you're going to do a PDW, especially with WeTech. A lot of the WeTech guns, you just need to upgrade them, especially if you're going to be using them for more than just plinking a little bit in the backyard. Especially if you're going to try to use it in game, you're going to want to upgrade them because the parts do wear out. These, of course, are WeTech PDW gas magazines. I got a few of them. They didn't take any of them. They just took a bunch of the other mags, unfortunately. So let's take a closer look at it. Right, so here we are, Knights Armament PDW. Go ahead and unfold that stock. Now this knob right here is what catches the retention piece, which is right here. I gotta tighten that thing up. That is the holding part for the stock. That's what holds it closed. Now the stock has QD sling point here, which is at the end of the stock, and then it also has a QD sling point on the side here at the rear and on the very rear. I tend not to use that one because if you got it in and your sling gets caught up in it, it'll keep you from deploying the stock. So I tend to just leave it right here on the side here, so I can use the stock more freely. Now, of course, the Knights Armament has the traditional magazine release, just like all of the M16 pattern lowers tend to have the traditional magazine release. It also has an ambidextrous magazine release over here on the other side. It has a functioning bolt stop on the gas pullback version and bolt release, which will lock the bolt to the rear. And then, of course, you can depress it, close your bolt. Now, I'm going to, with the magic of airsoft, go from a PDW 223-556 magazine to a 300 blackout magazine because I just like the look of it more. And it's got it comes with these sights. It's got a rear sight that's got its own little rail part on top of it. I guess for you to put like a tiny little holographic sight or something like that, which makes sense because you know then you can flip up your sights and have them cosign with the optic, which would be cool. Or you can just take those off and run a red dot like a normal person. Of course, full-on key mod on the bottom left and right, and then a traditional rail on the top. It's got this golf ball style outer barrel, which I find really cool. It's a really nice design there. And then I just put a random muzzle brake on the end of mine, a tri-prong, and it's it's a WeTech gun. It's a gas blowback rifle, and that means that it breaks down more or less just like the real one. So you got your spring guide here for your bolt. Here's your bolt. Of course, mine's got an upgraded nozzle, and it's an Artec bolt. And then you got your charging handle, which you can go ahead and pull on out. I'm gonna go ahead and put mine back on in. Put my bolt back on in. Just slide it in here. And then put my spring guide back on in. And then you got your trigger set down here. You got your safe. You got your semi. You got your full auto. And then of course, being a gas blowback, when you pull the trigger, that hammer drops, hits the back of the magazine on the valve here, causes it to cycle gas through the gun, pushes the BB out one way, the bolt cycles the other way, and it resets your hammer and your auto sear and all that stuff, depending on your semi or full auto. Wonderful design, the way that they do the gas blowback stuff, and they are not modifiable to fire any real ammunition at all. In fact, sometimes they can barely fire the airsoft stuff, which is part of the reason I said you might want to go ahead and upgrade some of your parts, especially with the WeTech guns. They got to keep it priced accordingly so that people will buy it. You can't just have all the parts, CNC'd aluminum, steel parts and stuff like that right out of the box, because God forbid that'd be too expensive. Then it's got a matching golf ball style pistol grip with this nice bright Knights Armament logo on both sides. It's got Knights Armament trademarks. On one side, and then it's blank except for the safe semi full auto on that side, which is copied on that side. Let's go ahead and take this thing over to the Ace Tech chronograph, and we'll find out what we're popping. Go ahead and load. Chamber. Go ahead. Turn on my Ace Tech. Flip it to semi-auto. .9 FPS. I'm gonna go get some safety glasses. This thing's shooting really freaking hot. Holy crap. Let's try that again. Semi-auto. .429.7. That's a lot less. 412.5. Yeah, I let that mag sit. This mag's been sitting for probably a month with gas in it, and it's been in the heat for a while, so probably why it was probably just overpressured for that first round. The rest of them should all be just over the 400 mark. Yeah, 421.7. Okay, let's do some full auto if we're willing to risk it. the full auto. 364.7. 366.3. 351.5. Do I have the bolt hold open on? Okay. $352.3. Back to semi. Oh, we're out of gas. Alright, it ran out of gas before it ran out of rounds, which is why it didn't lock back. I didn't have a lot of gas in that, just enough for it to have a really hot first round. That I don't know about that one. that one worried me a little bit. Good old riot helmet for the rescue. Thank you, Chronograph. Don't worry, baby. I know I said some mean things, but you are one of the most beautiful Call of Duty Death Machine OP guns I have ever seen. Baby, you are sexy, and I love you.